The rooftops sparkled with fairy lights. A live band played soft jazz, and servers moved elegantly with silver trays. Everything was perfect, or so it seemed. Billionaire tech mogul Ethan Blackwell was throwing an engagement party for his fiancée, Sabrina Hart, a stunning socialite known more for her beauty than her background. Everyone whispered that the match was odd. Ethan, a humble genius who built his company from nothing, seemed too grounded for Sabrina, who lived for attention and luxury. But love is love, or so people thought. The elite of New York's business world mingled, sipping champagne, toasting to love and wealth. Sabrina shined in a golden gown, flashing her massive diamond ring. Ethan smiled, but something in his eyes seemed distant. Then, as he approached the bar for another drink, an older janitor sweeping nearby leaned in and whispered, "There's a drug in your drink." Ethan froze. "What did you say?" The janitor looked nervous. "I overheard Miss Hart with someone in the lounge. Said she needed you out cold. I saw him drop something in your glass. I'm sorry, sir." Ethan stared at his glass, still untouched. He didn't drink it. Ethan thanked the janitor quietly, slipped him $100 bill and told him to stay nearby, but not say a word to anyone. Then he slipped away. Instead of confronting Sabrina, Ethan played it cool. He walked back to the party, glass in hand, faking sips, and began observing everything. It didn't take long to notice subtle things. Sabrina's eyes constantly checking her phone. Her smiles too forced. A man in a dark blazer near the back, someone Ethan didn't recognize, kept looking her way. That's when it clicked. Sabrina had been pushing him to finalize the transfer of several shared assets, claiming it was just part of building a life together. She also wanted him to drink more tonight. Insisted on a private toast. Ethan walked to the lounge pretending to take a call. He opened the side door silently and waited, and then he heard it. Sabrina's voice. "He should be out cold in 10 minutes. Once that happens, we get the signatures and we're done." The man with her chuckled. "Smart, you charm him, we cash in, and no prenup drama." Ethan's heart pounded. This wasn't just betrayal, it was criminal. Ethan didn't storm in, he didn't scream. He pulled out his phone and hit record. He caught the entire conversation. Sabrina planning to drug him, trick him into signing documents, and run off with her real partner. Instead of showing anger, Ethan smiled to himself. "You picked the wrong billionaire to con." He returned to the party and called over his most trusted friend, Julian, his head of security. He whispered, "We're going to expose someone." Quietly. "Help me switch the champagne glasses when I give you the signal." Julian, confused but loyal, nodded. As the night peaked, Ethan clinked a glass for attention. "Friends, family, thank you for celebrating with us tonight. Before we toast, Sabrina wanted a private moment with me." They walked toward the balcony. Sabrina handed him his spiked drink. But Ethan subtly handed it to Julian instead and took the safe one. They toasted. As Sabrina smiled sweetly, thinking her plan was in motion, Ethan said, "You know, I've always admired honesty in a relationship." She blinked. "Of course, baby. Which is why it hurts when the truth tastes bitter." She froze. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. Hit play. Sabrina's face went pale. Her voice echoed through the speakers. The entire balcony heard it. The crowd nearby stopped talking. Phones came out. Cameras started rolling. "You drugged him, get the signatures." Her recorded voice played. The room erupted in gasps. Sabrina snatched for the phone, but Ethan pulled away calmly. Julian stepped in, now fully understanding. 2 security guards approached the man in the dark blazer, her secret partner, who tried to slip away but was quickly intercepted. Ethan faced the crowd. "I trusted someone who didn't deserve it. But thanks to an honest worker who wasn't afraid to speak up, I'm standing here with clarity. Sabrina began shouting, denying everything, calling it a setup. But the damage was done. The guests turned away. She was escorted out with her co-conspirator. Ethan personally shook the janitor's hand in front of everyone and said, "This man saved me tonight." Applause broke out. The janitor looked stunned. Ethan raised a new glass. To loyalty, to truth, and to never ignoring the quiet voices who notice everything. The toast was louder than anyone expected. The party ended, but the story was just beginning. By morning, news outlets were reporting it everywhere. Billionaire exposes fiancé's shocking plot at engagement party. The video went viral. Sabrina's reputation ruined. The man she worked with arrested. And Ethan? He gave the janitor, Mr. Louis Carter, a full-time job in security and paid off his mortgage. Ethan learned that night that evil doesn't always come with a mask. Sometimes it comes wrapped in a smile. But he also learned something deeper. That people with the least power often have the most integrity. He didn't fall apart. Instead, he took time to reflect and later spoke at a conference for young entrepreneurs. Never trust blindly, he said. But also, never underestimate the people around you. The real heroes might not wear suits, they might hold a mop. And with that, Ethan rebuilt, wiser and stronger. Because the night that could have destroyed him, it only made him smarter.